was a queen. She lived in Queens.
Hi, lovely. So I wanted to come on here real quick and talk about two topics. So the first topic is this situation with Impressive being accused of being anti-Black. Impressive is a YouTube vlogger. She also is like a music enthusiast, and she does really dope documentaries. She has about 1 million subscribers. She's been doing this for a while. For the most part, I personally find her to be unproblematic. She never really gets into no YouTube beef. She kind of just makes her content and goes about her business. She recently came under fire after doing a video where she basically was notating some reoccurring themes as it pertains to the hip-hop female artist MegTheeStallion in regards to the toxicity that seems to reappear in her life over and over again as a direct result of the company she keeps. And this came on the heels of this video where you hear Partisan Fontaine banging on a bathroom door that Megan was behind with a group of other women, and you kind of just hear him barge and bust into the bathroom, and it sounds like a lot of commotion. And this basically spiraled into people assuming that there was alleged drug use taking place in that bathroom, as well as there's alleged emotional abuse coupled with aggression that takes place between Partisan Fontaine and MegTheeStallion because they have been flirting back and forth. I don't know if they are in a committed relationship, but they may be dating and just seeing each other. And for some reason, this became a situation where people felt the need to say that Impressive is being anti-Black because Impressive is basically blaming MegTheeStallion for the actions of men. And what Impressive was doing was notating a pattern and a history that Megan cultivated, okay? Megan is the one who volunteered and shared information with us about how she went to jail for physically assaulting her boyfriend, or they had a physical altercation where she was hitting him and she got locked up. And then there was the situation with Tory Lanez, and now once again, because you have people around you and you don't have people signing NDAs, somebody was on Instagram Live while this dude that you're allegedly dating or friends with was banging on the door and barging in. It just comes across that Megan Thee Stallion likes dudes who are rough and tough, and there's nothing wrong with that. Women naturally have a lot of feminine energy the way men naturally have a lot of masculine energy, and opposites attract. So it is normal for women to want to have masculine energy around them, but there's a difference between toxic masculinity and hyper masculinity and divine masculinity. And I think because Megan is disconnected from her divine feminine, it's hard for her to discern and compartmentalize the people she keeps around her, especially men, and it's hard for her to attract a divine masculine man. I don't think Impressive is anti-Black at all. I don't understand this new age thing where the minute you hold somebody accountable or you notate a pattern in somebody's behavior that's counterproductive to them achieving their highest self and highest awareness, that automatically means that you're anti-Black, you're Uncle Tom, you shucking and jiving and so on and so forth. Blackness does not need to be synonymous with struggle. It doesn't need to be synonymous with uncouth behavior, and it doesn't need to be synonymous with making decisions with lack of emotional intelligence and foresight. And that's what Meg appears to do. I feel like Meg is 26 years old. I feel like she's still grieving. And in the process of going through that transformative process of grieving, she's also going through a transformative process of acclimating to fame and superstardom. And she overly relies on controlled substances such as alcohol to cope with that. And she's not the first and she won't be the last. This is something that I deal with too, excessiveness with relying on food for comfort, spending money, weed, and alcohol. That's just something that she's going to have to come to terms with and admit so that she can tackle. She is wealthy. She has a proximity to privilege. So that means that she would have a proximity to resources that would help her overcome this. But what's not going to help her is constantly coddling and excusing her behavior because she's Black and she's a woman. I keep saying it. It's going to breed disastrous results for Black women if we box ourselves in and act like we're above reproach when it comes to constructive criticism and people calling us out on our bullshit. Stop worrying about, y'all don't say nothing when Bad Baby get on live drunk, but you say something when MegTheeStallion get on live drunk. Neither one of them should be on live sloppy drunk. So what's your point? Like the comparing and contrast, it's just whatever. Moving on. Kenya Moore. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna wrap this up and make this quick. For some reason, people have fell and hit their head, and I guess they've forgotten how nasty and mean Kenya Moore has been to people. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna keep this very short. I'm not even gonna make a whole video about this. I don't care if Kenya Moore comes on television and plays a villain, and then when the camera's cut and she's out in the real world, she's actually a sweet and nice person. Whatever energy you choose to exude and emit, the universe is going to take that and give it right back to you. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. And if you are that desperate for fame and a check that you're willing to step outside of the true essence of yourself and be a lower vibrational person of who you truly are in the name of making good reality television so that this can translate to you getting a big paycheck and you getting fame, you deserve everything that comes your way. A lot of fans, I guess, of Real Housewives of Atlanta have been in an uproar because they feel like there's a Kenya Moore hate train. People just love to hate her. And, clearly she's depressed and she's a new mom and she's not getting no help. And it's like, sweetheart, Kenya Moore is 50 years old. She's 50 years old. And if you don't have a village and you don't have no support and you don't have no help to help you with your daughter at the age of 50, you may want to look at the previous 5 decades that you've been on this earth and ask yourself why you don't have a village when it comes to raising your kids. Ask yourself why you don't have empathy and compassion from the women that you work with when it comes to your plight of being a single mom. Kenya Moore literally has more years behind her than she does ahead of her at this point. You are 50 years old, and the fact that she lacks the level of self-awareness to be able to say, you know what? I don't like that these women are showing a lack of empathy and sympathy to me being a single mom. But at the same time, I have to understand that my previous behavior has set off this domino effect for them to behave like this. I just feel like she's a lost cause at this point. Like I always say, after 35, I feel like people are really stuck in their ways. And she's 15 years out from that. She's 15 years removed from that. I just don't understand the banter around her. I don't understand how she could be that aloof. Like I just find it weird that you want people to empathize with you because you had to bring Brooklyn, but just what was it, season 7, season 8, when Kim Fields was on the show, you had no problem with chastising this woman for bringing her kids to Jamaica or to the National African American Museum of History. Like, I don't get it. No, it's like people want to, I can't believe they're treating her like this. And I'm so triggered. And, they're being so mean, as if Kenya has not done deplorable and mean things to people on the show. Okay, you're going through a divorce with Mark Daly. I remember you mocking Portia when she was going through a divorce with Cordell Stewart. And, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But you know what? I'm going to just leave it right here. Thank you so much for listening.